What's up, everybody? It is the Best Buy Kid Smooth, and I'm back with another video. And today we're talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro because it's some days away, actually. And the crazy thing is, I know I'm not the biggest PlayStation fan, but like it's a new. I think I was more hyped for the arrival of the PlayStation 5 base console in 2020 than I am for the PS5 Pro. Matter of fact, I was more hyped for the Xbox One X arrival in 2017 then I'm more hyped for the PS5 Pro. And this is not like a dig at the PS5 Pro. I guess like I don't know. I think it's just growth or maturity or whatever. I'm not expecting too much. I've watched a lot of videos from other content creators that try to big up or try to overestimate what the PS5 Pro is capable of. They try to infuse hype by using all these terms and RDNA 3, 4, and double computation, whatever. Who knows? The thing is that there's nothing right now, and I'm getting this thing day one. There's nothing right now that's actually wowing me like, oh, this is a must-have. I'm honestly personally getting it to just upgrade my existing PS5. So I won't have a PS5. I'll just have a PS5 Pro, right? That's essentially what it is. So, but even looking at the games, people are gotten it early. They're showing gameplay. Like I've seen games like Dragon's Dogma, which, in my personal opinion, I don't think I've seen that much of an improvement from the gameplay. They showed Spider-Man and all this stuff. I'm seeing Spider-Man. I'm seeing games that already like naturally look good. So it's not like, and a lot of people are making a big deal about the backwards compatibility feature where it can improve the image quality by using the PS5 Pro boost mode. It improves the image quality of PS4 games, which I don't know why people are hyping this, because when Xbox was doing this with the Xbox One X, like any game that it wasn't like One X enhanced, it got a natural enhancement by being played on an Xbox One X. Like I think the Xbox One X improved the image quality. I always say this word antiscopic filtering, the things that make like the image look cleaned up. It did that, added HDR in some cases, like in some case, and even now there's like even resolution boosts actually with some even like 360 games. So Xbox One X started that trend. It became a bigger deal during the Series X, Series S generation because they introduced FPS boosts. Now, the thing is, the FPS boost isn't done automatically, and it's not every game. There's probably maybe over 100 games or so. I think there's like maybe 150 games or whatever that's FPS boosted, right? That if you play it on the Xbox One or One X, they're like locked at like their 30 FPS target, and then when you play them on the Series S, Series X, they're running at 60 up to 120 FPS. That was a game changer. So with the PS5 Pro, from what I hear right now, who knows what happens when I have it in my hand. That doesn't seem to be the case. There's no automatic FPS boost, which is what you would really want from a machine like that. The image quality thing is cool, but you almost expect it because we've been doing that for so long. Like the Xbox One X, it's crazy. Like when you play the Red Dead Redemption 2 on the Xbox Series X versus the PS5, you get a better image. Because the Xbox One X was a better version than the PS4 Pro. So that's where this whole backwards compatibility thing, comes into play. So I expect a better image quality, but what would have knocked my shoes off is if they at a system level could use their AI, their machine learning to take these games to 60 FPS. Like there's a lot of games on PS4, games like The Order 1886, games like Bloodborne, all these games that are locked at 30 FPS that don't have like a 60 FPS mode, and now you have a console that's like quadruple the power of a PS4, and it's touting all this stuff that it can do for old games, but it is not fixing that issue. And that's where I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. So when I see people making a big deal over the image quality upgrades and stuff like that. It's like, no, it's not like they're not applying ray tracing to a PS4 generation game. They're not, you know, it's not like they're, you know, drastically increasing the resolution. They're not like increasing the frame rate. It's just improving the image quality. It's gonna get cleaned up. I'm seeing these screenshots the side by side of Bloodborne, and I'm like, dude, there's barely a difference. There's still jagged edges. You know what I mean? So, that's the thing. Is like, I'm not in a position with the PS5 Pro to be disappointed. You know what I mean? Again, it's a hefty asking price right now, but I'm not seeing the difference. I'm not seeing like, dude, this was worth the buy. And now there's a lot of games supporting it. Everybody's making a big deal about Call of Duty supporting it. You would expect a lot of games to support it. That's a given. But my thing is, it's like, to what degree, how big of a change? Because people forget the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. They came out in 2020. They're still relatively powerful consoles, and like, games relatively look good. They provide a satisfying experience. I think the PS5 Pro is going to be great. I don't see no cons with it, but I do think people are starting to overhype it for no reason, without it actually delivering on certain things. Again, like, you know, I would love to, when I get it in my hands, I'll be able to utilize this in practice. Again, it's hard to show off a game that already looks good, that's already, you know, performant. You know, when you're showing off The Last of Us, when you're showing off Horizon, when you're showing off Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank, there wasn't really an incident where I thought those games looked bad, with the exception of Horizon Forbidden West. I thought for Horizon Forbidden West, performance mode was just not the greatest to look at. But at the end of the day, those games, you know, do naturally look good and they naturally perform well. So it's like, and I got the most out of those games already, right? So like, and there's not like there's anything like that's really selling you this console for it. It's not a game that's really selling you on this console. There's not a game right now that we're really missing out. Like, the biggest deal people are making about is Alan Wake. The screenshots they're showing with the ray tracing, everything looks very shiny, but that's also still capped at 30 FPS. I'm not going to be playing no 30 FPS mode on a PS5 Pro. No, if I don't want to do that on a PS5, I'm definitely not going to do it on a PS5 Pro. Every game I play, I'm either playing at 60 or 120 FPS. And 120 FPS is like, in some cases, not even necessary. Like, you know, we're still looking for that point where give me the best graphics and resolutions at 60 FPS. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I still think ray tracing is overrated. And games are, you know, getting better. They're looking better. They're cheating a lot of like resolutions with the super sampling stuff. So at the end of the day, man, it's just around the corner. But there's a lot of cap going on, and there's a lot of things that Xbox did that was not appreciated, but people are appreciating it now because they see that the $700 console is going to be able to do. But still, at the same time, it's not doing all that much. The comparisons are going to be fun. It's going to be great. I do expect PlayStation 5 Pro to always outperform the Xbox Series X, and I don't understand why people are comparing these two consoles. People are like really going at them like, yeah, like PS5 Pro wipes the dust with Xbox Series X. Oh, Xbox Series X is a joke. The Xbox Series X came out in 2020. The PS5 Pro is coming out in 2024. So what are you expecting? Like, what are you really expecting? Like, are you really expecting Xbox Series X to put up a fight against a console that's coming out in about a week, 4 years later with upgraded tech? Why? What is up? Like, why? Like, I don't understand why that's the concept. When the Xbox One X came out, you guys weren't comparing it to the freaking the PS4. You were comparing it to the PS4 Pro, right? An equivalent. The Xbox Series X, there's nothing. It is what it is. The PS5 Pro is as far as is the premium console because it's the only one that exists. and then you're gonna have PC. Compare it with that, where there's actual things to compare it with directly. There's gonna be some surprises. There's gonna be some situations where Xbox Series X, there's gonna be some weird things that occur, but not too often, I don't think, because PS5, their dev kits and the way they optimize for PlayStation is pretty good. So don't expect that to be often, but there's gonna be surprises. Like, what people don't realize, they're gonna start booting up some PS4 games. They're gonna boot up like the Red Dead Redemption 2s and stuff like that on the PS5 Pro, and they're gonna expect it to be better than Xbox Series X. Now that's where the surprise is gonna come from, is when the Series X do better for the Xbox One games than the PS5 Pro does for PS4 games. So that is my video. My next video probably is going to be me unboxing the PS5 Pro, because I am expecting it in the next three to 4 days. So let me know your thoughts, your hype level for the PS5 Pro. Are people over exaggerating this thing, or is the expectations for the PS5 Pro too high, or they're not high enough considering it is a $699 beast? All right, that's my video, guys. As always, Xbox is the best box. I am the best spot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. I'm out of here. Peace. Peace.